Hi everyone, in front of you is an Apmay tree that I just finished planting it. So I'm open this up. This is greenhouse plastic and this is an old leftover, what you call it, tomato cage and a bamboo. And you could see, I'm opening it up so you can see it. I just finished planting and watering it and fertilizing it. And so what I did is this mound of dirt was already preset, prepared for me months ago. Been waiting for me to plant the Apmay here. So this is a smaller Apmay tree. So I will demonstrate on the other tree so you can see it. And so what I did is normally most of my tree, even I did buy some avocado tree from Gary, Laguna Hill. It come in this little orange sleeve, very tiny. And they're from broke off tree, rootstock actually. So, but most of his tree I planted without the tomato cage. Without the plastic, the greenhouse plastic, without any protection, and they survive. The reason I'm doing this is because the Apmay is so new, is so rare, it's hard to get. So if you want the Apmay, you have to be on a waiting list for for next year's shipment. So just for your info, so I decided to do an extra protection, but none of my tree that I purchased from Laguna Hill is protected. It just the only thing protect is the bamboo stick, and but I also planted in May, April and May. We're still in March. So that's why I don't know the rest of the weather for March and April is going to be like. So I thought I'd better make an extra protection, have an extra protection, so you can see it. And I will demonstrate on the other hole. And I plant the Apmay in front of my yard, the two Apmay, because we still get a lot of wind, but it's not as it's not as windy like the backyard. The backyard is really bad. Until my other tree, my redwood and my conifer, you can see this tree, well, it's a little taller. But without protection, it survived the winter, it survived the frost, and this is a Florida variety. This is a Booth 7. So all my tree here, all my avocado tree plant without protection. So you can see the only thing is protecting is the bamboo stick and tying it to, and that's it. And we're in zone 9A, not B, A. So here's the other hole. I'm prepared yesterday for me, from my worker prepared for me. And not only that, yesterday I also ordered another load of GG, decomposed granite. And I also got some decomposed granite from Lowe. It comes in a smaller bag, so it's easier to carry around, when we're planting on a hillside that is hard to wheel the sand over, the sand, basically. So he just delivered this pile of sand, decomposed granite to me half an hour ago. So now going back to the Apmay, I got everything prepared here. And here's the Apmay. I better plant this soon because I took it out from the pot. Let me see. Sorry. I'm doing one person here, and I have the bone meal. So what I did a spoonful of bone meal in the hole and on the edges of the hole. So, and I already removed it from the pot, and I'll show you. I normally have my gloves on, but it's hard to hold my camera. You can see the root system here. So there was a lot of pine dust on top here. So I remove all the pine dust. Is that pine saw, pine dust, whatever you call it? So, and here's the larger Apmay. Well, it's still small. It's about a foot tall. So you can see it. And let me put my camera down. Hang on. And you can see it's just like a little mini volcano here, the mound. So you can see it's about almost 2 feet tall mound. And please do not worry about, I'm planting totally above ground because we have, in the front here, we have the soil is very calcareous clay soil. So to stay on the safe side, I have my worker mounted really high. And I'm not worried because one thing you have to remember, and if you have sandy loam, then you don't have to worry. But if you have clay soil, you still could plant avocado. But to get the avocado to survive clay soil, you have to plant it on a mound. Otherwise, they will survive the first year. If you plant it in the spring, they will survive that year. But when winter hit and the clay soil, your tree will die. If it doesn't die, it will stunt the growth. Okay, I already had that happen. So just to share this with you. And so I planted way above ground, totally, 2 feet above, the soil level. You could see it. I'll stand back again. So you could see the mound. The mound was about 3 feet wide and 1.5 feet deep below ground, below the soil level here. And so my worker, he dig and he mix it with heavy gypsum and 50% sand in there. Sand, decomposed granite, either way. So you don't have decomposed granite, you could use sand. It will work. So and some steer manure. So that's what we did. So going back to, and so don't worry, because after 6 months, this tree here and this hole here will settle. The soil, this mound will settle, and will settle by 8 months, will settle down to like almost 75%. So do not hesitate. Do not be afraid that it's not going to settle, that you're planting the avocados too high. If you have clay soil, this is what you have to do to get the tree to survive and grow fast and do well. So it works for me. So bone meal in the hole, that's what I do. So I'll cover it up so you can see it, but not above the same level as the pot the tree came in, not any higher. Let me see. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. And I'm gonna tap it down gently, since I'm not a heavy person, I'm a petite person. I think my worker, he's finished, he's heading home. So that's what I do. And then I'm gonna put another layer, another tablespoon or a spoonful of bone meal on top. So it's standing back, you can see it after I finish. And what I have here is fertilizer, and this is Osmo code 14. So I'm gonna take a handful and sprinkle around it so you can see it. Actually a little bit more on the outside. See, you can see the osmocote. And I'm gonna push a little bit more dirt on top of it. Okay. Hang on. So this is the finishing work. Well, almost finished. So I pushed another layer of dirt on, a thin layer of dirt on top, and here's still the the level of the original dirt of the tree came in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put wood chip leaves that I have extra over there on that pile, and wood chip on top of this so you can see it. And then I'll put the tomato cage on top and tie the plastic, the greenhouse plastic, and so you could see the finishing work. Hang on. So to continue, this is what I do. So I just finished putting some wood chip, not totally all the wood chip. You can see it. So some of the wood chip on top of on top of the dirt, and I put the bamboo in there and tie it to the bamboo so it doesn't, the tree doesn't wobble back and forth. Even as in the tomato cage, I don't want to take any chances. So you could see it. And I'll pause and I'll tie the plastic. Sorry, I don't have another Betty to help me, an assistant. So so I'll tie the plastic on the surrounding and I'll show you. So hang on. So now I'm 99% finished. So I just put the plastic over the tomato cage, and I have some bamboo on the side here. So you could see I tie it. So the only thing I have left is put 2 more string, right? One in the middle and one on the bottom. Overlap it. So that way, and then I'm going to water. And tomorrow my worker will bring me the wood chip and fill it in the mound with the wood chip. So hopefully you understand how I plant my young baby avocado tree in the ground, so that way it have a faster jump start on if you receive the tree this time of year. While the weather's still cold, you have to protect. If it's very rare and depend on the weather in your area, you could do the same thing with tomato. So if you want to get a head start, you could plant the baby tomato in here and protect it. It's like a greenhouse protecting it. And when the weather, and I don't cover the top part, you cannot do that, because if the weather get warm up and the tree will suffocate, it will die. So it get too hot in there. So just for your info, if you're gonna put the plastic, leave the top open so it could air out. So, but remember to remove the plastic when the weather, depend on where you're at. If it get warm up in April, you have to remove the plastic. It's too hot in there, the tree will die. Just for your info. And so this is just for protection, because we're still, we're not done with March and April. April, it could, the weather could still be cold. The weather is unpredictable. So yes, I'm taking a risk because I don't want to babysit my tree. It's gonna go in the ground, and this way the root have a chance to grow, develop underneath, and will get a head start. So if you like this video, please subscribe, give me thumbs up if you do. Any question, write down below, and I will answer all your questions. I hope I cover everything. Sorry, I cannot go into all the detail because it's one person shooting me and planting the tree and trying to show you how I plant and have my my tree prepare. But for very rare, this is what I do to protect my tree. So please subscribe. Thank you.